split testing, what's the fastest way to kind of find that low CPC that naturally attracts, the highest click to contact ratios?
Well, it's an interesting, thought because I wouldn't say there's a fastest way per se. I would say more patience is required. The way I look at it is the hit rate, is what I like to call it, is much lower on the home valuation ads. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. Certainly not. It's just if I was to, let's say, set up downsize ads and I set up 10 of them, I have a really good feeling that at least seven, probably eight of them are going to hit. They're going to get a lead or two. They're going to be worth continuing on the home valuation angle. I'm probably two or three out of 10. So all that means to me is I need to run more of them. I need to be quicker to turn the ones off that aren't working. I need to understand I'm going to run a 3 ad split test. They're all going to spend $7 or $8 and not find leads sometimes. It's going to happen. Does that mean I should abandon that angle? No. It means you have to work harder at it, try different things, and keep at it. Again, I can throw a 3 ad split test for downsize, and two of them are going to hit almost every single time. So it's much easier to get that to get running on the home valuation angle, regardless what you're trying. I like to let them run for a short period of time and I start making my cuts early on. And the reason for that is so that I can have more money to spend in the testing process. And again, what I mean is I'll run 3 ads and let's say they've each spent $5. None of them has found a lead yet. Well, now I'm looking at peripheral numbers. Which one has the most reach? Which one has the lowest cost per click? Which one has the peripheral stats I'm most happy with? That one gets to stay. One of those two at $5 is almost certainly going to go. Now, I've got two and I'm going to give probably another, let's say 12 to 24 hours, and hopefully I get a lead. If I don't, hey, back to the drawing board. And that's what you have to be ready for. You're going to have to try and try and try. Once you get it going, though, and this is the big one, once you get any ad going, especially home valuation, you have to stay on it. You have to remain consistent. You have to know when to adjust up and adjust down and know by how much to adjust up and down. And if you guys have been coming to the masterminds and stuff for the last 4 years, you've heard us all say the same things. And the algorithm hasn't changed in this way. Increases or decreases of more than 20% typically force the algorithm to reset. So if you've got a good home valuation ad going, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is go, oh, finally I landed one. Great. Let's go ahead and bump that budget up. Good thought, but be careful by how much. That's a big one where people say, I've had an ad running for 2 weeks and then all of a sudden it blew up. What was your budget? Budget is one of the most important things to be looking at, especially on the home valuation angle, because again, most people I see who are struggling with it are starting their ads at $9 a day. If you look at what's actually being spent, it's typically on those ads in most areas about $6 a day. So now there's, $3 that you're leaving on the table that Facebook's going to want to try to find a way to claw back. So again, I can give a bajillion little pieces of advice, but to kind of put it into small little bite-sized morsels, it's split test, split test, split test, keep going until you find what works. I like the Google Map, the quick little Google map video. That one's worked very well. I really like if we can get drone photography of the location. What I tend to do is I'll get my clients to send me a whole bunch of their previous listing videos from all of their listings from a similar area, and I'll put them together in some kind of like a collage reel, and I'll just cut out all the addresses and all the homes, so it kind of gives a flyover of the location. Those work really well. Static one-up images of a home that belongs in the area has been one of the best things so far. I love aerials as well, but a static image of a home that belongs in the area, just like I would on the downsize ads, that's worked very well as well. So again, test, and don't be discouraged. If this is the angle that you want, these are the leads that you want, be ready to absorb a slightly higher cost of acquisition. It's going to cost more money to get them in, and there's going to be more testing at the forefront. But once you land one, now it's just a matter of slight adjustments up or down, $1 or two up or down when it's required. And you should be able to keep that same ad now active and running for months and months and months and months. And once you get over that 3 to 4 week hurdle, consistency should be in place.
So the difference, what do you see out there versus because I study those stats and I'm seeing if someone were to buy your home, would you sell it versus the what's your home really worth? I'm saying that if someone were to buy your home, would you sell it outperforming, at least on the national average, versus the what's your home really worth? Have you seen anything like that on
Yeah,
those?
yeah, I actually have. I had been finding, I would say a year and a half ago, up to about 8 months ago, I would actually found it was the opposite. But lately, it's definitely been the if someone wanted to buy your home, would you sell it? But at the same time, I customize my verbiage a lot lately, especially now that we can. You can go into any of our ad templates, hit customize, and change it up a little bit, make it a little bit different, give them something slightly different. I'm also starting to run home valuation ads using the lead ad forms. I've actually been doing that for a little while now, and I like that. If you might not get an address or you won't get an address, but you'll get name, number, and email. So then you can use your different tools to get that address. You can text them, you can call them, you can email them to get that address. There's other ways to do it. And I used slightly different verbiage. So if I'm sending people to HomeBot, it's something like, hey, would you be interested in knowing your home's value now, but more curious what it's going to be in the future? I can help get this, instant home valuation that'll update automatically with market activity. It's a slightly different offer. And then I set that up on a lead ad. People click through it. They land on HomeBot or, iList or wherever you want to send them. It doesn't matter where you want to send them, but the final button that they click on in the form says enter your address. So I'll tell them, to complete the process, hit the, submit address button below. Boom, they hit that. They're then redirected to your home valuation widget, wherever that may be. They enter their address. Now know that without a full integration at this time, wherever they're being sent, we at Street Text might not get that address, but as long as you get it and you can kind of correlate and put everything together, I think that's beneficial. And yeah, the numbers on those ads have been very good.